Do you remember the soft humming sound of an old television? The screen slowly coming to life with a flicker of light and that faint crackle from the speakers. It was early, usually on a weekend. The house still quiet, the air a little cold, and the world moving just a bit slower than usual. The curtains barely open, a soft glow coming through the window, and you sitting there, still in your pajamas, a bowl of cereal slowly getting soggy in your hands. No phone, no distractions, just waiting for your favorite cartoon to begin. Subscribe for more memories like this, because today we're going back to a time when cartoons weren't just something you watched, they were something you felt. These are 10 unforgettable cartoons from the 90s. If you enjoy these kinds of memories, make sure to subscribe to Childhood Rewind, because we bring them back to life every single video. Number 1, Pokemon. It always started the same way. You'd hear the first few notes of the intro from another room, and instantly you'd drop everything and run. I want to be the very best. And just like that, you were gone, pulled into a world full of adventure, friendship, and endless journeys. Ash, who never seemed to age, and Pikachu always right there beside him. But it didn't stop at the screen. At school, on the playground, everywhere, people talked about it. Which Pokemon was the strongest? Which one you would pick? Which one you wished was real? Cards were traded, arguments started, and everyone believed their team was the best. It wasn't just a show, it was a world you stepped into every single day. Number 2, Dragon Ball Z. This one felt different. Slower, heavier, more intense. It wasn't something you just watched in the background, you paid attention. Fights didn't last minutes, they stretched out over days, sometimes even weeks. You'd sit there waiting, watching the same battle build and build, the tension rising slowly. And then that moment came, the transformation, the screaming, the energy, the power building up until it exploded. It felt huge, almost overwhelming, like something important was happening. And when it finally hit, you felt it in your chest, like you were part of it. Number 3, Dexter's Laboratory. Behind a normal bookshelf in what looked like an ordinary room, there was something incredible hidden. A secret lab, full of machines, buttons, and inventions you couldn't even understand. Dexter, small but brilliant, completely in control of his own world. And then there was DD. Loud, chaotic, always finding a way in, always ruining everything in seconds. It was frustrating but also funny in a way you couldn't explain. And it made you think just for a second, what if there really was something hidden in your own house? A door you hadn't found yet, leading to something completely different. Number 4, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. 4 turtles, living in the sewers, trained by a rat, and somehow it all made perfect sense. Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael, each with their own personality, their own style. They ate pizza like it was the most important thing in the world, and they fought like real heroes. The action was fast, the voices loud, and everything felt a little rebellious. After watching, you didn't just sit still. You moved, you imagined, you recreated the fights in your own way. It wasn't just entertainment, it was energy. Number 5, the Powerpuff Girls. It began with something simple, sugar, spice, and everything nice. But then something extra was added, and suddenly everything changed. Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup, small, colorful, and unbelievably strong. The world around them was bright and chaotic, filled with strange villains and fast-paced action. But underneath all of that, there was something else. A feeling that even the smallest characters could be the strongest ones. It was fun, loud, and full of movement, but it always left you with that sense that anything was possible. Number 6, Scooby-Doo. It always followed the same pattern, and somehow that made it even better. A mystery, a strange location, an old house or an abandoned place, and that quiet feeling that something wasn't right. Scooby and Shaggy, always the first to run, always scared, but somehow always involved. The rest of the gang, trying to solve it, putting the pieces together, and deep down, you knew how it would end. It was never really a monster, just someone in disguise. But that didn't matter. The feeling, the suspense, the atmosphere, that's what kept you watching. Number 7, Tom and Jerry. No words, no explanations, no complicated story. just movement, timing, and chaos. A cat chasing a mouse over and over again in ways that somehow never got old. Every fall, every crash, every ridiculous moment was perfectly timed. You didn't need dialogue to understand it. You just watched, laughed, and waited for the next moment. It was simple, but it worked every single time. Number 8, Ed. Ed and Eddie. Long afternoons where nothing really happened, and yet everything felt important. 3 friends, always chasing something, always coming up with plans that never quite worked out. Jawbreakers, money, attention, it didn't matter. The goal was always just out of reach. The world felt slightly exaggerated, a bit strange, but still familiar. Loud voices, weird movements, and that constant feeling of trying, failing, and trying again. It captured something real in a way that didn't need to be explained. Number 9, Courage the Cowardly Dog. A small house, standing alone, surrounded by nothing. Silence that felt too quiet, like something was about to happen. Courage, always scared, always shaking, but somehow always the one who had to face whatever came next. The things he encountered weren't always clear, sometimes strange, sometimes unsettling, sometimes just wrong. It created a feeling that stayed with you, even after the episode ended. Not just funny, not just scary, but something in between. Number 10, Hey Arnold. A city full of small stories, moments that didn't seem important at first, but somehow stayed with you. Arnold, calm, thoughtful, moving through everyday life with a quiet understanding of the world around him. His friends, each with their own struggles, their own personalities, and Helga, loud and tough on the outside, but hiding something completely different underneath. It wasn't about action or big moments. It was about life, about people, about growing up. And that made it feel real in a way few shows did. These cartoons were more than just something you watched. They were part of your routine, part of your memories, part of your childhood. They filled quiet mornings, long afternoons, and moments where nothing else mattered. They stayed with you, even when the TV was turned off. Which one of these took you back instantly? Let me know in the comments, leave a like, and I'll see you in the next memory. Thanks for taking a trip back in time with Childhood Rewind. These weren't just cartoons. They were moments, memories, and pieces of a childhood we'll never forget. If this video brought back even one memory, make sure to like, share it with someone who grew up with you, and subscribe to Childhood Rewind for more nostalgic journeys like this. Let me know in the comments which one took you back the most.